Yes, people. What's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We are racing towards 6K now, people. So if you're new around here, you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button and help me on the journey. And let's dive into today's video. And I'm going to be giving my predictions for the season ahead for Chelsea. The excitement's building up. The Premier League season is now here. And, we've been doing a madness in the transfer window, but we've had a very good pre-season as well. But this is where the real business begins. Obviously, we're opening the season against Liverpool, a massive game, even bigger with the Moises Caicedo backdrop as well. That's been added in there for a little bit of extra spice. But what can we expect from Chelsea this season? What are my expectations going into the season? Of course, it has to be better than last year. I mean, it's unbelievable how bad last year was when you look back and you think about it. Obviously, we've kind of put it out of sight, out of mind. But when you think back to it, it can't be any worse than that. And, I'm going into this season cautiously optimistic, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we've done some good business. The clear out has been absolutely fantastic, as we know. And as we've said many times, to get rid of that volume of players, to get decent fees for players that were surplus to requirements as well is a big plus. And the clear out has gone better than we could have possibly ever imagined. Obviously, there's still a few more to get out the door. And the recruitment so far has been good in terms of Nicolas Jackson's coming in, he's hit the ground running and done well. I think Axel Disasi is going to be a good signing. We've signed some exciting youngsters, but the real key area, and is going to make the big difference for us, we just need to get that Moises Caicedo deal over the line. It's almost done. That needs to be over the line. And if we can also complete a deal for Romeo Lavia as well, add Michael Elise into the mix, and maybe another centre-forward option within Kunku's injury, then the squad's complete and we are set to have a good challenge for the top four. So, I look at it and I think, right, this is for the first time in a long time, we've got a group of players who all want to be at Chelsea. That is a massive, massive plus. I don't think that can be underestimated when you're talking about environment at Cobham, environment around the dressing room, around the training ground, on match days, all that sort of thing cannot be underestimated. When everyone is pulling in the same direction and everyone wants to be at the club and is happy to be at the club, then we are already off to a way better start than we were last season. Plus, with the manager Mauricio Pochettino, who knows the Premier League inside out, who knows how to gel a side together, who knows how to get teams playing good football, knows how to develop younger players. And we've certainly got a lot of those on our books. So I'm expecting big things, but I'm also keeping my feet on the ground and trying to not get too carried away with what we can expect from this season, because we've got a lot of talented players, but a lot of players that we don't really know what we're going to get for them. A lot of unproven players that are going to have to step up this season and deliver for the football club, because those are the options that we have. I mean, I think a big difference for us is going to be the fact that we're actually fit. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know what was going on last season, but we were gassed out after half hour in all the games. And I think maybe that's why we picked up so many injuries as well, was because we were unfit. We just couldn't go the extra mile, and the bodies were just breaking down because we were trying to do things that we weren't physically capable of doing. So hopefully now that we actually look fit, we look sharp, Pochettino's drilled them hard in pre-season, then we can obviously look at actually being competitive in games for more than half an hour. Obviously, a big blow, Christopher Nkunku being injured, ruled out till at least January. That is a huge blow. And we're going to have to change the way we play slightly, possibly on that front. It's a big blow to how we may end up doing this season. But I look at this season and it's a blank canvas for Pochettino. Anything he does is going to be an improvement upon last season. So we're already at a very low bar in terms of what would be classified as an improvement. But ultimately, for me, I look at it, we're playing once a week. We've got a young, exciting squad. There is no excuse. The absolute minimum expectation, we have to get back into Champions League football next season. Yes, we spent a lot of money. Yes, we've obviously bought a lot of money back in through player sales, but we cannot go another season without Champions League football. We simply have to get back into the Champions League. So that's my expectation, and that has to be the reality as well. I also feel that we do need to win a domestic cup if we can. There's no reason not to take the domestic cup seriously. We're not playing any European football. We're playing once a week, and so we should be taking those cups seriously. Like when Mourinho first arrived all those years ago, targeted the League Cup, not because it's a big trophy, but because it's the first opportunity to win, and it breeds that winning mentality, and it shows the group that actually, do you know what? We can win together. And this is a new era, new manager, new group. And it's really important to win at the earliest possible opportunity. So by winning the League Cup, you know, it shows and proves that as a group, do you know what? We actually can win. We're good enough to win, and it can spur you on to win more. So we really need to target a domestic cup, and I feel that the League Cup is very, very achievable for us to win. So it's got to be a Champions League, and it's got to be the League Cup for me as well. Qualify for Europe, get back into winning ways in a domestic trophy with the League Cup, because we've lost far too many Wembley finals. We lost our last 6 Wembley finals on the spin. No domestic trophy since 2017. That, for a club of our size and for the amount of money we've spent and the quality of players we've got, that is totally unacceptable. So we need to put a change to that this season, in my opinion. In terms of how we're going to do that, I mean, it's going to be tricky. I think we've got a lot of exciting players to look out for as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing the likes of Jackson, Enzo Fernandez, Mudryk. Obviously, I was looking forward to seeing Nkunku. Going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'm really excited to see how Levi Colwell does. Captain Reece James, hopefully he can stay fit for a full season as well. Ben Chilwell, really needs him to be fit for a full season also, and hope these guys can put some top performances in. Obviously, with Kepa looking like he's going to Real Madrid, Robert Sanchez is going to be thrusted in as the number one sooner than we all expected, and it's going to be a big season for him also. He's going to have to hit the ground running after not really playing an awful lot of pre-season minutes for Brighton. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the players. There's a lot of expectation. People will be expecting from Chelsea with the money spent and with the fact that we're not playing any European football. We should be pushing our way up the table, but it's an unknown quantity at this point in time. I'd love to sit here and say we'll definitely finish in the top 4 or 5 places, but I can't be certain, because we just don't know what we're going to get from Chelsea. The Premier League is so competitive now with teams like Brighton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal, all these sort of teams. Top 4 or 5 places. We've got about 8 or 9 teams that are going to be looking to compete for those positions. In terms of kind of my predictions for Chelsea players, if I go for a Chelsea top goal scorer, a Chelsea player of the year, Chelsea top goal scorer, I would have said Christopher Nkunku, but I'm going to have to retract that because he's injured. And if he comes back in January and ends up being a top scorer, something's gone seriously wrong. So for top goal scorer for Chelsea this season, I'm going to go with Nicolas Jackson. I'm going to hang my hopes on the new kid. He looks really good in preseason, really sharp, and I think he's going to be our top goal scorer at the club, and I'm backing him to have a really good breakthrough season. In terms of the Chelsea player of the year, this is always a tough one to predict, but providing the Moises Caicedo deal gets done, which I think it will do, and him playing alongside Enzo Fernandez. Enzo's now taken the number 8 shirt for the new season ahead. I actually think Enzo's going to have a fantastic season, adding more goals to his game, adding assists to his game, and just being more of an overall influence on the side. So my tip for the Chelsea player of the season is going to be Enzo Fernandez. Now, of course, these predictions could come back and bite me in the arse, but I'm sticking my neck out on the line early here that we're going to have player of the year for Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez, and top goal scorer for Chelsea, Nicolas Jackson. In terms of what I'm expecting league finish wise, I'm going to predict Chelsea to finish 4th, and I'm going to say that we are also going to win the League Cup. But yeah, people, those are my predictions for the season ahead, what I'm expecting from the side. What I think is realistic for Chelsea. I mean, look, this could all be wrong, and we can go back at the end of the season and laugh at this prediction. But right now, as things stand, and I'm presuming that we're going to get Caicedo, I'm presuming we're going to get Lavia, I'm predicting Chelsea to finish top 4 this coming season and to win the League Cup. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what you think is going to happen to Chelsea this season, what your predictions are. Do you agree or disagree with my predictions or not? Let me know your predictions for player of the season and top goal scorer at Chelsea, as well as finishing positions and any trophies. But yeah, guys, make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 6K. We're racing along towards there. Every new subscriber helps, so please help me on the journey by clicking that subscribe button. Hope you enjoy tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you again in another video soon. Take care, up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.